Hello, are we live? Hey guys, hey, it's Doodads and Designs. I'm out on the back patio today and I'm making some boxwood wreaths. And I'm gonna step back here a little bit because you're gonna be looking at my nose hairs if I don't. Let me step back here. Okay, good. I'm a one woman show around here, so I kind of do it all. I don't have anybody running the camera for me. Okay, so let's talk about wreaths. If you see, I've got a boxwood wreath behind me, and I've also got one here. And these are actually live boxwoods. And at Thanksgiving, I was visiting my in-laws, and my mother-in-law just happened to have what I spotted was an overgrowth on her boxwoods, and I robbed them. I went and gave them a really, really good trim. And I came home, and if you look over here, I've got piles and piles of boxwoods. And what I've done is recreated the boxwood wreath. And now these are live wreaths. They're not going to last forever. But if you go on Etsy or some of those shops online, some of these boxwood wreaths that are real, they have a preservative and they spray them, they sell for like $100. That's $100 I don't have, and I'm not going to spend $100 on home decor. I'm just not. So if you're just coming on and you see this, say hello, let me know where you're from, and I'm going to get my stuff out and we're going to kind of show you how to create these. Now there's two different styles here that I've created. One is a very tight type of boxwood, and actually is done on the foam, and actually that's a little different than what we're going to do today, and that's another tutorial, but you can also do this kind. This one takes a lot more time. I think I probably spent 3 hours on this one last night. But what I want to show you how easy it is to do is this one here. And this one is done on the back of a grapevine wreath. Very, very simple, easy to do. I'm going to hang it up here and get my supplies out, and let's go ahead and get started. First thing, let's talk about wreaths. The grapevine wreaths come in different sizes. I believe this is an 18-inch, and that's what I'm going for. And what I'm doing is I'm making these for the outside of my home for Christmas. And I'm going to hang the really tight one that I did. I'm going to hang it on my front door. But these are going to go on my windows outside, which are perfect for outside because the boxwoods, they live longer when they're outdoors than they do indoors. Indoors, you have the air conditioning and the heat, and it dries it up, and it doesn't last as long. So these will last through the holidays. I think they'll probably last a good 2 months. And I'm going to look into it, and I think you can probably paint them after that. I bet I'll probably be spray painting some gold. What do you think? Now, the camera is pretty far away, so I can't see any comments, but if you come on, tell me hello. I'd like to know where you're from, and if you've ever done boxwood wreaths. Okay, I'm going to get started. Let me move this one out of the way. I'll put this one. I don't really want to put it anywhere. I'm afraid to lay it down. My pup is out here running around and she likes to chew. I'm just going to put it over here for safekeeping. If it goes on the ground, she's going to chew it. So let's talk about supplies. We talked about the grapevine wreaths. Those are inexpensive. You can get those at Hobby Lobby for like $3 or $4, something like that. It's just super cheap. And you're going to need a glue gun, a lot of glue sticks. I just went and bought me 100 glue sticks because I'm probably going to need a whole lot. Not quite 100, but I'm going to need quite a bit. Okay, so you're also going to need a pair of nippers. These are just your average nippers that you use outdoor to trim your shrubs or just your plants, anything like that, because you're going to be trimming these shrubs. Let's take a couple. And this is a very random pattern. If you can see, it's very bushy. It's not a tight knit type thing. So I'm going to cut them probably, I want to say 6 to 8 inches. I'm going to trim the stems. So we're going to cut them in little 6-inch pieces. And we're just taking all of my twigs and just cutting them. I want them all to be about similar size. And you're going to need a whole lot of these. So I'm going to be trimming them as we go. I'm not going to sit and trim enough for the whole piece, but just this for now so you can kind of see. And then we'll start building the boxwood. I am super excited about this. I created this one here in about an hour. Actually, probably a little less than that. I was in a hurry this morning. but after I got it done, it was good. Okay, now let's start with your grapevine wreath. It's pretty, a lot of times you get them and they're not really tight and they're kind of loose. What I want to do is trim up all the little loose pieces that are kind of hanging over the side. You're not going to see any of this anyway. So I just want to clean it up a little bit. Like your nippers and just any of the little twigs that are sticking out, because you don't want to see it. It's going to be totally covered up. Just give it a little haircut. That's pretty good. This one's got some old dried leaves on it too, so I'll get those out. Okay. Man, it's a beautiful day today here. I've got my jacket on because it was cold this morning, but I might be shucking it here in just a little bit. Just trimming this up, making it a little cleaner. Okay, that looks pretty good. And like I said, it's going to be outside. It's very rustic, so you don't have to worry about it looking perfect. Just kind of clean it up a little bit. Okay, we got your hot glue. You got it heated up. You got your extras. If you need a Coke, grab your Coke, because it's past noon. I don't do coffee. I do Coke the rest of the day. Okay, we're going to start with our wreath. And what we're going to do is we're going to start by inserting, and we're going to work our way all the way around with the stems in the same direction, okay? And I may angle this camera down. Actually, I'm going to angle it down right now so you can see better. Kind of see what I got going on. If you hear the dogs barking, that's okay. That's just kind of what they do. Hold on, here's a couple more. I'll go ahead and trim these. But even like this, you can see it's very bushy, but it's pretty because it's going to be layered on top of here. Okay, we've got our grapevine wreath. Sorry, the sun is coming through. I don't know if you can see this or not. What I do is take my glue, and I'm going to put a good bit of glue on the stem, and then find you a spot and just start working it in. Okay? You see that? I've got one spot. What I'm going to do is work this way all the way around and then end up back here again. Okay? So take another one. Insert that one in. The grapevine actually is pretty tight and it probably would hold it, but it needs a little extra, so that's why I'm putting the glue on here to make sure that it stays in. Just kind of random, just kind of stick it in there. You can kind of see how that's going in. Let me get me another glue stick. Okay. There's another one. It's got a lot of junk in it. Okay. This one I like that. And you're just going to layer. You're going to layer those in as you go. It's going to take some time and it's going to take some patience. It's not something you're going to get done in 5 minutes. You want it to look right, so you want to take your time, adding your pieces as you go. It's really simple. It's not hard. More glue. Just kind of find your little place and stick them in. Okay. All right. Okay. If you can see this, sorry the sun is kind of in your way, maybe you can see that. You can see how it's going. Now you're gonna have an empty spot on the sides as you go around, and after you've done the complete wreath, you can go back in and stick some in the sides and kind of fill that in. That's very simple to do too. Okay, I'm gonna keep going. You can make it as full as you want, or you can make it thinner. It's totally up to you. Like I said, I just kind of shove them in there. Get some more over here. Some of the little single pieces that I use those in little strategic areas that I just want to make a little extra fluff. The bigger pieces, the branches, I usually use those for in the middle. And that really makes it full, because I want it full. Just fill it in. Yes, ma'am. Tallulah. Sorry, guys. My dog, she barks at everything. Okay, you see how it's getting fuller and fuller. We're going to keep doing it all the way around. Excuse me. I'm just building and building and building. Okay, time to trim some more. You can see it goes pretty fast. Like I said, about 6 inches, 8 inches, just depending on how much overhang you want. I use all of it too. I'm not that picky as far as how it looks, because it's a pretty random fluffy look. It doesn't have to be perfect. And actually, after you get the whole wreath done, if you wanted to go back and trim some of it off to shape it up, you could do that too. Hush. Okay, there we go. Let me some more. All right. And I kind of lay them. I kind of stick them in sideways instead of straight up and down. Just kind of lay them that way they lay flat. And just kind of shove them in. And after you get this completely done, if it's too fluffy for your taste and you don't like all of this sticking up, you can take your floral wire and you can actually kind of wind it around it and kind of hold it down if you wanted to lay it flatter. I like mine bushy. They're going to be hanging outside on the window anyway, so nobody from the road is going to see my imperfections. Okay, looking good. Giving you a glimpse. shove it in there. I'm making this one pretty tight. I want it to be pretty full. Like I said, sometimes I'll go back and stick some in the middle just to kind of fill in, and you can do that too. Okay. Any more glue? I think my mother-in-law thought it was kind of strange when I asked her for the clippers for her shrubs. But then again, she knows me, so shouldn't ask too many questions. She's like, okay. Okay. Some of the grapevine wreaths, ouch, broke a nail. Ow. Some of them are pretty tight weave, so you're gonna have to kind of work in between to get those in there. But I say the tighter the better, because that's gonna make them stay in there. And the glue is just a little extra something just to make it hold. Now I did read that if you soaked these in glycerin and green food color, that they would last longer. I am not gonna go to all that trouble. That is too much work for me. So I would rather just, you know, do it temporary. It'll last a couple of months, and it may last longer. I don't know. I'm gonna save them, and I'll try to repurpose them by maybe spray painting them or something to use, you know, inside the house once they dry up. But for now, they're gonna be outside because they need to be where it's moist. And you can take these and actually spray them. You can mist them with water. That will also help keep them green for longer. And that's why they're best not to be used inside. Okay, see that? Working my way around. Like I said, it's not quick, but it doesn't take a long time. I guess you could take as long as you wanted to if you wanted to be real specific. Stop it. Hey. Hold on, I got a dog in the middle. Get back. Get back. It's Lexi. She wants to help. You could be as specific as you wanted to, and you could get really particular about where you're putting these. To me, that's too much work. I don't want to do that. I just want it to just to look good. And I'm hoping that I have enough of these to create another one, because I need this one. I've got this one. I need one more because I have 3 windows in the front of my house that I want to cover. Glue stick. We'll go through a lot of glue sticks. I use the mini glue sticks. I guess I need to get one of those industrial ones. I just haven't got that far yet. Okay. I try to make sure that the green side, because you're going to have a side that's greener and a side that's not as green. I try to make sure that the green side is facing up, but you can kind of mix it, and it still looks good that way too. Now, if I had somebody here cutting the stems for me, I could probably go a lot faster. But it's going pretty good. It's not bad at all. I didn't want to go in there. There you go. guys still with me? Can you see okay? There's one. Okay, let's trim some more. You know, I was looking around today on the way back from Walmart a while ago. I went to get some glue sticks, and I was looking around to see if there was any of my neighbors that actually had some boxwoods that were overgrown. Of course not. My neighborhood is always looks really pretty. Everybody does their yard work. Oh, that's good though. I'm not complaining about that. I'm happy that they do. But I was like, can somebody, just one person maybe in this block, have overgrown shrubs so I can go and rob them? Okay. No, ma'am, you're not. Come here. Come here. Pardon me, guys. We got a puppy break. Her needs some attention. Her needs some attention. Okay, that's enough. Now go play. Go play. Go play. All right, break's over. She wants me to hold her. No, stay there. Okay. All right, just kind of filling in the sides as I go. That's pretty. Okay, glue sticks. Smoosh it in there. Okay. Got a little empty spot right in there. I think I'm going to fill that in after I get done. I'll go back and look at all of it. I just want to get a good base in there, and then we can go back in and kind of fill in some of the empty spots. Good. Okay. Some of these are real stemmy, and that's okay. What I do is use those down inside the stem pieces because that bulks it up, and then with the smaller pieces like this I can go and put on top of that, so that works good too. I don't want to waste any of the boxwood because obviously they're not easy to find. because everybody trims their shrubs. I'm thinking I might need to plant me a garden with just boxwoods. Would that be crazy or what? I don't know, people plant pumpkins, right? So why couldn't I plant some? I could. More glue. This is pretty redundant, guys. It's not anything fancy. It's just over and over and over. This is some of that mindless therapy work. I love it. Okay. All right. See how that piece is kind of wonky? It's kind of sticking up. No problem, because I'm going to lay some other pieces over it, and it's going to kind of lay it down. That won't be a problem. You're going to find a couple of places it's going to stick up. Like I said, it just depends on your wreath itself. If you've got one that's really tight, then you're going to have some of that. And then you could trim them off too, so that's fine too. Kind of boring. If you guys want to leave and come back in 20 minutes and see the finished product, I probably will be done. Okay. More. Okay, there's one of those big stemmy, bulky pieces that are good for the base. That's what I'm going to use that for. Just as a filler. Glue stick. Empty spot right here. There we go. And you want to be sure too that you put enough on the inside that it covers up the wreath. You don't want to be able to see the grapevine wreath. Or you might want to, I don't know, it's your project. You can do it however you want. I don't want to see it. Sometimes you end up with a little tiny piece. You just give that to the dog. That one's not gonna work. Okay, so like I said, I'm gonna get my real stocky, bushy piece first and put it in the center, and then kind of build around that. It's a good filler. You guys can see this. I know it may be getting too bunchy around here and you can't see what I'm doing. This one needs one inside here. There we go. Oh. Okay, we're halfway done, guys. Not too bad. Pretty quick. It's just kind of tedious work a little bit. Okay. I'm getting a little worried that I'm not going to have enough to complete another wreath. So I may have to go do some scouting for some more shrubs. I could have got more shrubs than I did, and I wished I had. I really thought that I had enough, but it's looking like I'm gonna need some more. We shall see. Okay, here's the real stemmy piece again. I'm gonna put that in the middle. Use all those pieces up. I'm going to waste these. Okay. Glue sticks. Right, now it's starting to look like something. Looking like a wreath. I was searching a little while ago, before I actually started putting these together, I was searching for a preservative. They make like a, it's a foliage sealer, and I may go ahead and order some. I think they had some on Amazon. I wish I could tell you the name, I don't know, but I've never used it, but I'm pretty interested in maybe seeing if it will make these last a little longer. I would love to be able to use these inside my home after the holidays. Even if they were dried up and painted, I think it would still, they'd still be very pretty. But for $5 a wreath, you know, you can't go wrong. And it's live. It's a live boxwood, and it's beautiful. I love the live wreaths. They just, to me, they add so much more hominess than the fake ones. Don't get me wrong, I like my fake ones too, because they're less maintenance, but I've always loved, even like a Christmas tree. I love the live Christmas trees too, but you know, they are a mess and a pain, so we'll compromise and do some live wreaths instead. All right, there's the stemmy part. Put that in the base first. Oops, hot glue. Yeah, I am going through some hot glue, that's for sure. Okay. I don't know what the weather is like where you're at, but right now, this is ultimate Texas weather. It is probably 65 degrees, and yes, I have a jacket on because I'm a wimp. I could not handle up north at all. Yeah, at 65, you girls from up north probably wear shorts. Or at 35, you wear shorts. I don't know. I can't. I like the warm weather. But 65 is nice because I can wear a jacket and I can be outside and still be very comfortable. Okay, looking good. Looking good, guys. Hey, thanks for hanging with me. Okay. Well, I know we'll get this one done at least. I'll try to get the other one done too. Okay. Stemmy piece. It's the real bulky one. Stick those in the middle. Take up some room. Ooh, that one's too long. Trim that. This one's pretty. Ooh, I think this one is bigger than the other one. I don't know. Can't really tell. I don't think you're going to be able to tell from the road anyway. Now I have to decide how I want to hang these from the window. I know I've seen people use string, fabric. I'm not really sure how to hang them yet. I've never done this before, so this is new to me. It is going to be outside, so you know, I don't want to put something outside like a piece of material that's going to get wet and it's going to fall apart. So I'll have to come up with some ideas. Maybe you guys have some ideas. I know a lot of DIYers on Facebook that follow me. I'd love to know what you use to hang your wreaths with. Like I said, these are going to be in the weather. They're going to be actually hanging from the windows on the outside exterior of my home. This is my next bundle. I had 3 bundles that I was using. So this is the last of my second bundle. So I've still got one more. I may be able to. Might be able to do another one. I'm hoping to get these done today. I want to be done with them and get them up. My husband went last night and bought some more Christmas lights for the house. So he's ready to start hanging them up. I told him I wanted them up last month and he just laughed at me. He's not gonna let me do that. My Christmas tree's been up since November 1st. But pick my battles. All right, looking good. We're getting there. some more. That's a little too, yeah, I could use that. Maybe. It's like a tree. There it goes. All right, perfect. All those glue sticks. Good thing I had another one. So far, so good. I use the little pieces to kind of just fill in inside because I don't want the inside to be as full. I want it to have a hole in the middle, so I'll make it bush out more on the sides. And you know, guys, I was thinking about this today. There is no reason that you couldn't use any other kind of greenery to do this. I mean, there's other shrubs out there that are evergreen that you could use. It would look a little different, but hey, you know, I want to be different. I don't want to be like everybody else. So, oh, this one's not wanting to go in. There it goes. Okay. I want to be kind of different. So, you know, you could use all different kinds of shrubs. Anything that's green and leafy, I think would probably be okay. Okay. close. So you can see you need a good amount of these. It's not, you can't just do a light trimming. You're gonna need to have them pretty long and overgrown to be able to use them. And that's where the issue comes in, is most people don't let their shrubs grow. They want to keep them nice and tight, like me. More. Now this is the fun part. When you get to this stage, you have to be able to put them in and then pull these back and then lay them up underneath there to make the wreath complete. Just takes a little bit of finessing. If you're just joining me, I'm making boxwood wreaths, and I'm taking clippings from boxwood shrubs, and I'm trimming them about 6 inches and then placing them inside a grapevine wreath. Okay. I'm getting anxious to be done, y'all. I'm an impatient crafter. I don't like projects that take a long time. So that wreath last night that I did, that took me about 3 hours, that was, that's gonna be my front door wreath. That's gonna be the pretty one. I'm not about to do all of those. That's a little much for me. But I can see why they charge so much for them, because they are a lot of work. Okay, about 4 inches left to do, guys. Where to put this one? Right in there. I think I'm going to start and go back underneath and then just kind of overlap from that direction. That'll be easier. Yeah. Pretty. Oh, that one looks good right there. Some thicker pieces to fill in. This will be good. Just smoosh it in there. Like I said, you can use just about all of these boxwood stems. There's nothing that you can't use. You just use the others to fill in. Pretty close, almost. Got a few more pieces I'm gonna slide in here. Make sure I got enough that covers that. That. Okay. I think, hold on, let me come around, guys. I think it's done, and oh, the sun is all over you guys. I'm so sorry. I think this is it. This is the wreath. I think it's beautiful. We'll put it up here, and I'll show you just like on the other one. Take this one down. There you go. What do you guys think? I don't know how long I've been on here, but it's been fun. I hope you've enjoyed it, and maybe you'll kind of, the sun. Sorry, I'm on my back patio. But if you have any questions, leave me a message, and I will answer them, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye.